Hey folks, Dave here. Today I'm visiting the San Antonio Zoo. Gonna be rocking this one on my GoPro Hero 9 this morning. Parked the car down here under the overpass. Not nice because it's got lots of shade there. And you know, let's go have some fun. Alrighty folks, so when you first arrive at the zoo, you get past the little check-in place. Your first stop is going to be the bear area. So they don't pull any punches, they kick it off right away. So you can see the zoo is well maintained. Always had a very pretty spot for landscaping and whatnot. Well, the first thing you see is, of course, this wide open area. They will fill this area with dinosaurs or something seasonally related. Now, of course, your animal experience is going to vary. But there is the American black bear out and about. Now, keep in mind, I'm here first thing in the morning. So, naturally, they will be a little more active. This is also in July, so you'll be more active in the morning because it's going to get hot today. How hot? It's Texas. Hot. They typically have 2 American black bears. I guarantee they'll be in the shade.
Cage out.
American black bear isn't the only one that they have. They do have a spectacled bear. Well, there he is. Kind of.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I guess my timing is really good, right?
I love that one. It's 10.
So you can see the enclosure, what it looks like. It's very spacious. And goes up quite a ways as well. There he is down there.
Look, guys. Oh, look, guys. He's right here. Yeah, look.
How does he get down?
Oh, look.
He's coming up.
There he goes.
Look at cool. Look at his face, I like it.
Now, when it comes to the zoo, there's not really one path you can walk. I mean, there is and there isn't. It's not like doing main quest and a side quest, right? So, as soon as you walk past the bear area, you can keep going down the main path here, or, if you want, you can swing off to the right here for just a little bit. Let's see what we got going on over here to the left first, and then we'll swing around to the right. Komodo dragon area. The dragons, in my experience, typically hang out inside. You can see their exterior enclosure, but typically they go inside.
She's inside, Leo.
Turn around exactly 180 degrees.
Look at all the jellyfish hanging up.
Now, the zoo was named #1 in the state of Texas, the best zoo in the state, and if I remember correctly, #2 in America, partially because they have a lot of different things going on. A lot of activities, a lot of different things you can see and experience. Not just the animals. A little crowded this morning. So this is an indoor aquarium area. This is the Friedrich Aquarium. Which is, again, crowded this morning. Usually this is a good place. You can see that there are plenty of ceiling fans. So this is a good place to hang out during when it gets really hot. And I'm just going to squeeze through here. goodness. So there are various events that go on here at the San Antonio Zoo. Currently, this is Planet Earth Deep Sea Adventures. Y'all can go ahead and take pictures. Here's some bubbles, cute little backdrops. But there will be various events that go on throughout the year. Alright, so as I explained earlier, this is like a little side quest area, right? Just a little niche area. You go back to the main path. There's the Komodo dragon area. And I did promise that they typically have indoors. Let's see. Oh, that's nice. They put up a nice little sign telling that they are currently outside. So let's go back. Let's see what we can see.
Her name is
It's over here. Over here.
Oh yeah.
Liam, do you want to see it?
See?
Liam,
Yeah.
it was blue. Do you want to see it?
She's a little hard to see back there. But she is hanging out back there. Nice thing to put up the sign at any rate. Okay. We'll go back down the main path here. Off to your left are some gibbons. Also typically some otters that like to hang out. Off to the right is another little Photoshop area. Photo area. I don't think my coffee's kicked in just yet. You can usually see the gibbons. Oh, there he is, hanging out there in that little alcove. Let's see if they want to come out. Oh, it's grooming. Probably not going to come out right now. It's a decent sized enclosure for them as well. As you can see, it goes up quite a ways. And something to note, you may see a whole bunch of Coca-Cola signs. There's a stand over there. They're typically not open in the morning, which is kind of a bummer. Whoops, there we go. Let's go back this way. Another little side quest area. A lot of the refreshment areas are not open in the morning, so keep that in mind. Ah yes, the fishing cat.
I mean, like the one that's got like the bigger one.
Yeah, I think.
They sent me the message, and I'm like,
Currently not out.
like the vaccine recently, and they had like everything. They had the
Oh, yeah, they do the hearing.
hearing.
Yeah, no, they do it.
And the lady came by and she's like, he can't see from front. Okay. Yeah. She's like, I can't see.
The faucet is here. That's good news.
He's doing laps. He's
Yeah,
coming
he's right
around.
there. He's running his fucking
Where they need to go to get it out there.
You know, sometimes here she comes, Julie.
What is that? He just came out.
He looks like a father.
That's Mustang. Is it a cat?
Madagascar is a top predator.
She's up there.
But Madagascar is
This is
called
a
a
big
fossa. That's a fossa. It's a top predator. It's a top predator. A top predator. It's a fossa. And it's a top predator. What the?
Sorry, pardon me.
Oh, wait, what is it?
Keep in mind, this is not technically indoors. There's no air conditioning, no ceiling fans in this particular area. There are lots of animals typically to see, but as I come by this morning, they're just not out yet. Which does not make for a very exciting video now, does it?
We missed the reptile building. Dad comes out because we went through this long thing, but reptile building's up there. Hey, we missed the reptile building.
We're coming up on an area that was pretty well hyped by the San Antonio Zoo back in the day. That's the Jaguar Walk. Let's go in this little indoor area here. The Jaguar was a lot of fun to see. It was kept in a decent sized enclosure. But then they put this Jaguar Walk in, I guess to give it more space. It also goes up and over you, which, I mean, the concept is pretty good. However, as you'll see in a minute here, the problem is that you can't see the Jaguar. So as you can see, there's the Pantera Walk, and when he walks over you, it's not see-through. So it's not see-through. So if you want to see him, as you can see all these people standing and staring, so he must be up there somewhere. I'm guessing he's up there somewhere.
Right
Well, like look through all the way to the end up top.
Oh, okay. That's I was right. He is hard to see. Because he is way over there.
He's walking around, plotting to just jump down and grab.
Plotting his next move.
I feel like that net isn't good enough.
He wants to grab one of those kids.
I'm sure it's made of the finest cloth imaginable. Okay, so we've come to another side quest area here. So you can go straight forward into Africa Live, or you can jump over to the right here. I'm going to saunter over to the right here, just to show you what it looks like, and then I'll continue on to Africa Live. Number of koi fish here. There are also a number of feeding stations available where you can feed the fish and the ducks will eat as well. One pro about the zoo that I will mention here is that this feeding area is just 1/4. Just the one. Yay! So yes, you can feed the fish and the ducks that are here, and there are plenty of them, as you can see. There are lots of koi in there. For just 1/4. Gift shops, of course, are available in various locations.
You wanted one too.
Africa Live will be the home of the hippo area, lions, tigers. We've already done the bears. Oh my. And again, you can see very well maintained. Off to the right is one of the restaurants. Currently not open. since it's not lunchtime or anything. Alright, so as we walk down past the restaurant, again, there's the path diverges to the left, right, and center. Off to the left is the hippo area, home of Timothy the hippo. If you keep going the middle, you will go toward the Australia area. And if you hang off to the right, then you will go to the merry-go-round, the flamingo feeding, and the there's a plaza over there as well with another lunch spot. Okay, we're going to journey off to the left here. Very pretty. Now this is fully enclosed and indoors, so they will have air conditioning going. And yeah, that's quite the temperature difference. Okay. Look at that. There's a big view of the hippo area.
Yes, they are. Way too much.
Okay. This is a pretty good size indoor enclosure. There are various benches if you want to really just sit and take advantage of the air conditioning. Also in here, one of the more popular attractions is the restroom. Take advantage. This is supposed to be an alligator exhibit, only I don't see the gators. However, it is kind of hard to miss these bad boys. Even if they're asleep, they're really cool looking, aren't they? Oh, hey, it all close on me. So we continue now through Africa Live. Back out into the heat. It's only 9:45, but I can tell you I feel the humidity. Woo. It's not quite Orlando, but good enough. Not sure how much you can see from the glare. Apologize for that. So, various monkeys, but also a lot of birds. There is a netted enclosure. We are covered, so the birds can't just fly away on us. I like the waterfalls. Wish I could stick my head in it. That'd be nice. Hey there, buddy. Okay, so that's better. Less glare over here. Less me, more them. Yeah, I mean, you can see, I can almost reach out and touch the bird. I can almost do it. All right, we continue our way through. Oh. San Antonio Zoo was actually established, I believe it was 1718. There was an edict from the King of Spain who said he wanted to create something like this in the New World. And from that edict came the San Antonio Zoo, a wildlife preserve. So happy 304 years at time of recording. He's having a little breakfast there. So your timing is going to be pretty critical about what you want to see and where you want to see it. Not just where, but when. It has been a brutal hot summer, which we've been due for. Last couple of summers weren't too bad. This one's been pretty bad. There we go. African wild dogs. They're also sleeping. But behind me, as you can see, they talk a little bit about termites. Now there actually are no termites here that we know of. But a nice little display. So as we continue through Africa Live now, we're going to start doing a little bit of a switchback, and the switchback is going to lead us toward the elephants. Which, let's face it, that's why everyone's here. Certainly not to see me. That's some really thick bamboo there. Hides the exhibit nicely. Now this, okay, this is cute. And he's real tempting to sit on and pick your kids on and get a picture of. But let me tell you something about this little guy. He feels okay right now. Feels a little warm. He's gonna get hot, okay? Don't let your kids sit on him if it's, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Your kids will get burned. All right, starting up switchback. Switchback number 1. And this is the elephant area. And there are no elephants. Their water area is empty. All I see are birds and squirrels. That's not good. Where are my elephants hiding?
Up there by the gate, they're outside.
Aha! All right, let's wander up that way. The two girls are named Lucky and Nicole. Here we are. There we are. Big as life. And just kind of hanging out, throwing a little mud around, trying to stay cool. Big heffalumps. Alright, so as we move further up, comes another one of my little tips for the day. When you head up this way, it may not look like much, but if you're pushing a stroller or a wheelchair or anything at all, it gets a little steep. By the way, another restroom area. Take advantage of this directly across from the elephants. It's steep, the bricks are uneven. I'm saying just, be careful. You can see, I don't know if you can see the brickwork. Off to the right here is the Long Necks Bar and Grill. All outdoors. Keep that in mind. There are some ceiling fans, but keep that in mind. So, ahead of me here, the path does diverge a little bit. Let's go ahead and head up this way. Up to the rhinoceros area. You can feed the giraffes while you're here if you like. I'll get some pictures of them here in a minute. They have 3 rhinoceroses here. Rhinos? Let's call them rhinos. Out and about, having a good lunch, breakfast, rather. They look terrific. Another beautifully landscaped area. The flowers are just terrific. There is a rhino viewing area. I'll take you up here. And as you can see, there are umbrellas, but that's the only shade up here. And not all the tables have them. So if you're going to hang out here, you're going to have lunch here, make sure you grab one with the umbrella. Okay? I took Frank up here once. We had a breakfast and then we got to feed the giraffes. The zoo does have varying amounts of what they call experiences available, including breakfast. And the breakfast was actually pretty good. I was surprised. You expect theme park food, right? Well, no, it was pretty good up here. It was all you can eat buffet. Eggs, sausage, bacon, juice, that sort of thing. It worked out really well. Now, of course, these feeding experiences do cost a little extra. Frank at the time was free because he was young enough. It cost me $25. Not too shabby. All right. Nice, again, little sitting area here as we go back to the end of Africa Live. Now, again, in my experience, this is where I usually start to get pretty tired. All right, it was a long walk up there. It was a steep walk. Not too much wind gets through here. So you're starting to really kind of hike it. Seeing these cacti doesn't exactly help my my brain think cool thoughts either. But by golly, I'm gonna take you all the way to the back. This is a cheetah viewing area currently under construction, so the cheetahs are not out. Terrific. Again, if you're pushing a stroller up this way, it is a hike. I don't think you can see the grade. I'll turn around when I get to the top here. But you may want to consider leaving the stroller at the bottom of this hill and letting the kids hoof it. Let me turn around. Again, it may not look like much, but trust me, pushing a stroller up here with a couple of kiddos, you're going to earn it. I'm not pushing anything except this little GoPro, and I'm already starting to lose some weight. Coming up now on the Treetops Lookout, which, unless I miss my mark, is the highest point in the zoo. Well maintained. It reminds me of SeaWorld. SeaWorld in San Antonio, probably the best landscape park I have ever seen. The zoo certainly comes close, not gonna lie. But SeaWorld feels like an actual park, as opposed to some other theme parks I've been to that I won't mention names. They feel more like concrete parks. Thank God. A bench. So this is the height of Treetop Lookout. If the cheetahs were there, you could certainly see them. There is a sanctuary bird. I don't know if you can see it way back there. Let's take another look at the lookout. Honestly, I mean, it's a very pretty view, but there's just not much to see. It's not like you can look down and see the rhinos and the zebras and the giraffes, the ostriches. It's just a nice view. If you have the little ones, I think you can skip this part. All right, let's go back down. This is well shaded, that's nice. You know what we haven't seen in a while? Besides animals. Bathrooms. Last bathroom was across from the elephants. Keep that in mind. You do not want to come all the way up to the top of the lookout only to hear, I need to go potty. I'll take this little shortcut here. Because it is a long walk down to get back to that bathroom. Plenty of cacti, which I know it's just stunning to see cacti here in the South Texas desert. Now you can continue this way, and that will take you over to the antelopes and the lions and the tigers. I promise y'all some giraffes and zebras. Let's go back over this way. San Antonio Zoo was named #1 in the state of Texas, #2 in America overall. They do have a variety of things going on. They also host the Best of SA from San Antonio Magazine. All the winners from that come out to the zoo. They will have late night events. They will have drive-through events. They will have dragons. They will have dinosaurs. Check the website for details. Yeah, but if you're going to plan a trip to San Antonio in advance, make sure to check the website. Look at that. Woo. So this is the giraffe slash zebra slash ostrich exhibit. I believe the ostriches are under me right now, where there's some good shade, as you can see the shade. Good water out there as well. And there are the giraffes. They are being fed right now by people, and you can feed them as well. Again, for a fee. They'll give you these giant sprigs of foliage. Let's just call it foliage. And you can feed the giraffes. There are 3 of them. I forget their name. I forget the names of 2 of them. One of them is named Cosmo. Oh, there's a giraffe. Giraffes, as you know, are 212 feet tall. They weigh approximately 18,000 pounds, or roughly the same as Shaquille O'Neal. Like the crowd that way. I'm gonna skirt around the crowd there and give you some more view of the foliage. Makes for a good photo spot, really. I mean, look at these, will you? Woo. Bonus points if you can name what these flowers are. I will send you your bonus points in the mail. Ha ha ha. So now, for those of y'all keeping track at home, we are back over by the rhinos. Next feeding time, it says here 10 a.m. to 12:30, but it is subject to change. So if you're lucky, if you get the timing just right. This is Long Necks is closed today. That's a bummer. So you notice the refreshment stands aren't exactly open. And Long Necks isn't exactly open. Aha, please know the experiences. This is one of them. You want to hang out with the rhinos? Well, you kind of can hang out with the rhinos behind what it looks like some steel reinforced something or other. Drop some food there, and there are the rhinos. Oh, you can even touch his ear. Look at that. And of course, the people who are out here with you, they are experts. You can ask them questions about the animals that you are having your experience with. They'll be glad to answer. All right, so this is as far back as you can go into Africa Live. Doesn't get any further back than this. But there's still plenty of animals to see. We haven't even gotten to the lions and tigers yet. Hey, refreshment stand is open. What do they have? What are they rocking today? Let's see. Ooh. And if you so care, you partake Chardonnay and Cabernet. Because nothing says a day at the zoo like a glass of Cabernet. Coming up now on the gazelles and the dik-diks. Dik-diks are super small. They're very hard to see. The gazelles, obviously, are not. They get along nicely together. Now, there isn't a side quest area over here. It's just one path that goes straight down or straight up, depending on how you came. Coming up on the anteaters. No uncle eaters, but you know, make do. There's the anteater. Terrific. Oh, he's passed out. Poor-
Make it halfway through.
There we go. Now there are things to see, various on the left and right here, various animals to see. So you're going to spend a little time zigzagging through here, depending on who's out and about. This should be the warthogs. Don't see them at the moment. So let's back it up. Let's go see some lions. The lions, in my experience, are most active in the evenings. I've heard them roaring, I've seen them pacing, I've seen them doing all sorts of things, but they are most active in the evening. Come back around sunset, because right now the 3 lions are way back there and they're just chilling. Which, now that the humidity's rising, I wish I was chilling too. It is fun to hear them roaring. You almost think it's done on speakers, but no, they actually do roar, and it sounds really cool. And again, there are various animals to the left and to the right. I'm gonna stick the left part here because off to the left is where the tiger is. A Sumatran tiger, which, according to the people here, look like he's, there he is. And just chilling, having a good time. Okay, and directly across the way, we have emus. And we should also have some kangaroos, courtesy of the land down under. Which reminds me, we're coming up on Australia. Yes, my video has gone on so long, we're almost in Australia. There's an emu. Where's the the roos are, of course, chilling in the shade. And kicking a little sand on himself, trying to keep cool. Now, I have been out here. Don't let this video fool you. I've been out here when they've been hopping, jumping, skipping, being fed, having all sorts of fun. Right now, you've seen a lot of the animals just chilling. Well, fortunately, animals don't go off a set schedule. Sometimes it's all about luck. Get a better view of the kangaroos here. All 3 with their back turned to me. Thanks a lot, pal. Let's see if the porcupines are out. There are crested porcupines here at the San Antonio Zoo. Because I almost tripped and fell. That was good. Aha! There's the crested porcupine. Also just hanging out back there. Obviously, I'm not going to show you all the animals because GoPros have battery lives. And I don't want to take away all the fun. Another feeding experience. You can feed the birds. For an additional feed. Hand sanitizer is always ready to go.
Video.
And here we are in the heart of Australia. If you look back down this way, you'll see this is the main path that I diverted from earlier. We have Aussie snacks. And we have a restroom. Or as they say, down under, a dunny. Take advantage. Now this is something fun. The Moldoramas have been around since, well, forever. For $5 you can get your own little molded animal, and trust me, it's worth it. They're a lot of fun. They can be pretty hot too when you first get them, so just be careful. Okay. So again, you're going to have various exhibits to the left and to the right here. To the left right now, honestly, is a giant oak tree. Oh, a couple of giant trees, really. I'll get to them here in a second. But off to the right, I mean, now we get into fowl and fish and, you know, turtles and that sort of thing. These are swans. Off to my right, off to my left are turtles, ducks, and various fish. And again, you can feed them as well. There are feeding stations set up for just $0.25. You can get a little something. Oak trees are extraordinarily popular down here. There are a lot of oak trees, including this massive tree right here. And by massive, I mean, if you just look at the roots alone, that's impressive. But then as I pan up and you look at the sheer number of branches, I mean, good gracious. And this is all one tree. Those are not two trees. It is, in fact, one tree. Swing it back around to the right. Now you have the American alligator. Alligators. More gators throughout here. I would not recommend feeding them, as they are not keen on fish food. They are keen on eating fish for food, but yeah, don't bother. Off to the left is the FC Hickson Birdhouse. Another good, fully enclosed, air-conditioned spot. Back this way is Kangaroo Crossing. However, Kangaroo Crossing is a paid area. They are doing some work back here, so there will be more. However, at time of filming, there really isn't too much back here. Nice place to sit, because there is a snack place also right around the corner. You pay your fare. You get photos with actual kangaroos. But this is as far back as we can go. And as you can see, there is a barrier up, so there's not too much to see back there. So back we go. This building here is the Australian Snack Hut. This area of the zoo is not all of that popular because, again, there's not much to do back there. So if you're looking for a place for a quick snack with not a long line, assuming it's open at all, this is the spot. Plenty of gators. Look at them swimming there. Well, maybe not swim as much as kind of pushing himself along. It's shallow water, so. All right, it is 10:15. I'm starting to feel the heat now. Only 10:15. Yeah, a good pair of walking shoes is always recommended at any zoo that you go to. I don't care where it is. Whew. Not a lot of shade over here. You can see them applying the sunscreen. They've got cool towels. It's a good idea. There also are fans that you can wrap around your neck. Little electronic ones that are USB charged. I recommend those. Those are nice, especially when you put on the cool towel. This is a bird area. As you can see from all the enclosures here. Another reason why it's just not terribly popular over here. I mean, birds are nice and they do move around a lot compared to some of the other animals we've seen, but at the end of the day, they're birds. Not a lot of people get excited about seeing a crested sirima or a wreathed hornbill when you can go see lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. Well, that was loud. So off to my right here is the zoo carousel. That is popular. Kids love the carousel, and it's inexpensive too. If you have an annual pass, you get to go for free once, depending on your pass. Kids love this thing. Off to my left is the Bistro restaurant, also known as the Maze Plaza. Also relatively, well, I was gonna say inexpensive. You get good portion sizes, okay? Let me put it that way. I mean, the pizzas are good size, the chicken's good size, the burgers are good size. Here we go. Live music during Jungle Boogie nights. This is part of the events that I was talking about here. On Fridays, you can boogie on down. Oh, look at this, another good photo op. I'm gonna assume that's actual sand that somebody sculpted. That is terrific. Yeah, not much shade around here unless you really want to duck over into one of these little side areas. Now this is a new addition, the 4D Theater, currently featuring Aquaman. Also a Planet Earth experience. It's only $6. If you're under the age of 3, you get in for free. But only $6 though to go into a little 4D experience. Plus, it's air conditioned. Off to the left here is another little, what do you want to call it? Meeting area? Event area? Because this will change routinely. Christmas will be something different. Halloween will be something different. Right now it is under the sea. And a nice little spot to sit. Let's just cut straight through. Another little spot that's not terribly popular, because again, you know, we've seen the lions and tigers and bears, which honestly will be the most popular area. This is amphibia. Not a lot of people get excited over coming to see tree frogs. And you can actually go further back. And there are learning areas, There are zoo camps. This actually is an area not a lot of people even know exists. Look at the tree. Big oak tree. Not a lot of people know that this area even exists. So if you really want a quiet spot to sit, have lunch or dinner, you want to check this area out. This is great for kids. Lots of little play areas. But again, hardly anybody knows this place exists. Let's do a once around.
Put it in the trash. Do you want some water to wash down your banana?
Again, not too much to see. There are no animals except for a few turtles. There are the turtles. We do a pan around back here. Sometimes they will, again, for various events. I've seen them have camels out here that you can ride for Christmas. I've seen them have a splash pad for when it gets really hot for the kids to cool off in. Other than that, it's a nice, quiet little area.
Do you think he would like going for a ride in that bike trailer?
I think we could try.
Borrow it if you want.
The zoo is a 501c3 nonprofit, so they do accept donations. You can actually adopt animals, help get them fed. We adopted Timmy the hippo, and for a small fee we got not just a little certificate saying, hey, you adopted Timmy the hippo. We got a little stuffed hippo, and the money that we donated went to feeding him. Coming back by Amphibia now. And we are actually coming up on the end of the zoo. Hope you've enjoyed my little tour here so far. If you haven't, well good, go find another video to watch on our channel. Again, very pretty spot here. Very photogenic. Lots of picnic tables. Usually Santa and Mrs. Claus hang out over there when it's Christmas time. I don't mean they do it in July because, well, that'd be weird. First aid is over here, just in case. You never know. The area that we just left is called Zootennial Plaza. And here again we have birds. And we'll be coming up on some monkeys here pretty soon. You can see the jaguar walk. Actually, through this netting, you'll see the walk. Sometimes you can see him, walking up and down. Not now. Monkeys.
Yeah, they're hungry. They need their papa. I know, because we're looking at that. You have to go when you're... No, that's a monkey.
Just hanging around. Okay. Let me show you this little spot here. You may recognize this spot because we've been here before. Or at least, you know, close to it. This is where we talked about coming to feed the koi fish and the ducks. In fact, I was standing right over there. Okay. So this area here that says Jaguar Jungle is the original enclosure for Jaguar. You can see it's still decent size, and he would just go back and forth into this enclosure. However, since they put in the walk and now he can go all the way up there, he could be up there right now and we wouldn't know. If he's laying down right there, there's no way to tell. Okay, you might be able to see him. He's back up there. But again, since he's way up there and we're down here, he's very hard to see. And so these people walking down under here have no idea that he's even up there. All right, so you may recognize this spot. We are heading back toward the front of the zoo. Whee, getting misted on, that's nice. There's a reptile house. Reptile house is original to the zoo. It's been here since 1418. Oh, I'm just kidding. That'd be something though, wouldn't it? It is fully enclosed and air conditioned. Wow. More foliage. And let me get up here. I'm going to show you all something not a lot of people know about the zoo, other than the donor board. Let me show you all the calendar here. We are currently in Jungle Boogie Nights and Deep Sea Adventures. Coming up next will be Zubu in September. Zubu's a lot of fun. Zubu's good. And then the Zoo Lights there at Christmas will be coming up in November. But not a lot of people know about the Kiddie Park, which is right next door. Kiddie Park was originally not next to the zoo. It got moved there. My GoPro doesn't exactly do it justice, but it's very low impact. There's one roller coaster, but it's not anywhere near terrifying. It really is for little kids. The Kiddie Park is for little kiddies. You can see some of the kids going through there now. I mean, you could bring your 4-year-old in here, your 3-year-old in here, your 2-year-old in here, and be just fine. All of the rides are low impact, low speed. So that is going to do it. We're coming up on the exit now. I'll show you all the original plaza here as we head on out. We're doing more tours. Probably when, you know, Zubu happens and the zoo lights happen, that sort of thing. All in all, it is a good zoo. It is good for the kids. Very educational. #1 in the state of Texas. Thank you. They do have strollers for rent. They will take professional pictures that you can pick up elsewhere. And again, here's another one like the elephant statue. You can climb on this. Your kids can climb on this. But yeah, just beware. Okay, it gets hot. Very hot up there. Hope y'all enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so because I'll be doing more tours and you don't want to miss out on those. Welcome to San Antonio.